and aspirations, and today is not an exception. Yes, this is a brand new morning, and we thank our Creator for handing over to us today again to live life at its very best. So I congratulate you for saying today, and I congratulate myself as well. And in this and this note, we welcome you to today's edition of the program Good Morning Abuja, showing only on the Unity Station 98 Channel 5 Abuja. My name is Deborah Abba Usman. Well, thank God it's Friday. You can relate. And today's edition of the program is going to be interesting. We're going to inform you, educate you, and of course, entertain you on the show this morning. And you know how we do it. Let's start with that motivational talk. And this morning, Dr. Ubong, a senior psychologist, is going to talk to us on how to deal with grief. You know, when you have a lot of pain inside of you, please, you have to get over it. Let's hear more from Doctor.
Dealing with bereavement is a bit like assembling these blocks together. At first, it might seem like the pieces don't fit together, and you are not sure what the bigger picture is. But as you slowly put those pieces in place, a meaningful picture starts to take form. It's like you are baking a cake. The ingredients you mix are like your feelings: the flavor of sadness, spice of anger, and the sweetness of memories. When you are navigating through bereavement, it's a bit like blending these emotions together to find a recipe for healing. At first, the mixture might seem overwhelming, but as time goes on and you let it bake, a sense of acceptance and growth begins to rise, just like a cake in the oven. And you know what? It's perfectly okay to have questions. Why did this happen? What happened now? It's like you are exploring a mysterious forest, seeking answers to the unknown. You are the hero of your own story, trying to find your way through the dense woods of grief. Remember, your feelings are like waves in an ocean, and it's okay if they're all over the place. Sometimes you might feel like you are caught up in a strong current, and other times things might calm down. But just like a ship navigates through rough waters, you are strong enough to sail through these difficult times. It's important to let yourself grieve. Imagine your heart is in a garden, and the tears you share are like water to help the flowers grow. And you know what? You don't have to do this alone. Friends, family, and even professionals are like gardeners who want to help your heart heal and your flowers bloom again. My friends, if you are struggling with the weight of grief, know that you are not alone. The storm in your heart won't last forever, and eventually the sun will start to peek through those clouds.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ubong, for inspiring us, for educating us on how to deal with grief. Yes, when you are grieving, yes, it's good to grieve, but you have to let the pain go. If not, it will have another negative impact on you. So it's good to grieve, but minimal, okay? They say too much of everything is bad. Moving on our show this morning, we are going to our Keep Fit segment, and this morning we'll be doing general body exercise. Let's go and do some exercises.
Step. Something.
Stay healthy and fit.
Welcome back from our Keep Fit segment, and I know you are joining to do some exercises. Yes, make it a habit every morning to do exercise, even from the comfort zone of your room, your parlor. Do some little exercise so you can be fit mentally and bodily for everyday's activities. So we are going to go on our first break on the show this morning. When we come back, like I told you, we are going to inform you, educate you more on the show. Stay with us.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
With the peace and blessings of Allah be upon each and every one of us. It's another fantastic Friday evening, and you're welcome to NTA Channel 5 Abuja.
First of all, you train yourself, you educate yourself, then you educate your family, and then the community at large.
Fundamentals of Islam Live, showing 7:30 p.m. every Friday on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. Join us.
Good to know you are still with us on the program Good Morning Abuja, and it is showing only on the Unity Station NTA Channel 5. And now we want to talk about our health, because our health is very important to us every day of our lives. And there are so many questions that come to hand when we talk about mental health. Do you know it is very possible that you are going through mental health problems and you are not aware? What role the society, the family, the environment, and even you individually doing to ensure we are in this stable frame of mind every day? All of these questions will be answered with our mental health coach with us this morning in the studio as we set to talk about promoting mental health awareness. Help us welcome Opeyemi Abiola Ige to the program. You're welcome to the program.
Having me.
Yes, we are happy and we are smiling this morning because we are fine. So the topic before us this morning is very important, and I'm glad we are here to give back to the society as part of our own effort, talking about how can we promote our mental health and ensure we are in a stable state of health. Let's start from there.
Thank you for that. This is such. I'm really excited that we're talking about this, because mental health is not something that is often talked about or discussed. You mentioned that we're smiling now because we're fine.
Yes.
But let me also say that a lot of us smile even though we are not fine.
Wow.
And so it's very difficult to know when somebody is going through a mental health issue, because we know and we have been taught to just cover it up. Smile it all through. You know, the condition of the nation is hard enough, so just smile it through. Smile it through. So mental health, first of all, we can refer it to be our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Okay. Right? It affects how we think, how we feel, how we even speak to people. It affects our day-to-day, activity, and your mental health also influences, the decisions you make, influences how you relate to others, influences how you even manage stress, how you deal with stress. So mental health is very important.
We talk about it, and this is the right time to talk about mental health. Now, how will you know that what you are going through is a mental health situation? Some persons will tell you, I'm depressed. I have heard that oftentimes I am depressed, but you're going to point out the difference between depression and mental health. But let's start with, how will you know that what you are going through is a mental health situation?
In most cases, it differs, because we have different mental health issues. But the most popular, situations that you pointers rather that you will use to know that, okay, this person or a loved one, is going through a mental health issue is, their withdrawal. First and foremost, their withdrawal. They have difficulty focusing. some people can't even sleep. Some people, very, very quick change in their moods. 1 minute they are happy, another minute there are people who have mood swings. While there are others who have chronic mood swings. 1 minute they're happy, another minute you don't even want to go near them, right? So, and others are easily irritated, quickly irritable. Some people just want to be on their own. Some people just want to sit on their own. You will find some people be at home for days, for weeks. They won't come out. They don't see the need to be out. They just want to wallow. Some will even be on their bed. We've had situations where someone will not even want to eat. They don't even want to talk to anyone. I just want to be on my own. And the dangers of that is that you keep wallowing, in self-pity, and before you know, the person starts to think of so many things like suicide. Let me just end this, So it's very, very broad. So that's how,
Okay, now I ask you that if you can really spell the difference between depression and mental health.
Honestly, depression is a mental health condition. Yes.
Okay.
So depression, like under mental health issues, we have depression, we have postpartum depression, we have anxiety disorders, we have bipolar disorders. Right, so depression just seems to be the most common because we use it very loosely. but that's really what it is. Wow. When you are literally losing hope, tired, sad about a certain situation, you get depressed because you're just thinking about it, and you become anxious. You just wallow, yourself in that situation.
And all of these will affect your organs.
Of course, it will. I like to say that God is such a wonderful creator because He had to make sure that the mind was here, right? Not here, because everything it is from here. It is a good, yes. It is from here that everything, functions. So when your mind is not in the right state, it affects every part of you. It affects your energy. It affects how you go. If you wake up in the morning and you just feel down, you feel so low, it affects your entire day. And it affects everything that you do, your job. You go to, some offices and you see some people are being sacked because they are not just, functioning properly. Not like they don't know what to do, but some of them just go to the workplace and, they just sit. They are no motivation. They are not focused. Something else has taken a hold of their mind. So that's quite it.
Well. It's pathetic, but it's good we are talking about it now. Okay, from all of this you have listed out, withdrawal, you want to be alone, you don't want to talk. If we find or you find yourself in that situation, what next?
What next? I always say, talk about it. We have one of the cultural disadvantages, that we have is that we're not taught to talk.
I think we grew with that. I don't want to bother anyone with my problems.
We grew with it. We're not taught to talk, and so everybody just wants to. But really, I don't know about you, but when you're going through something and you just talk about it, even if it's just 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you feel a relief.
Some persons, when they cry it out.
And so I tell people that, come to me a lot. I say, cry. Don't hold it, don't chest it. You need to scream.
Wow.
There are days where you just go on your pillow and you scream your lungs out. You feel better. But most importantly, talk to someone.
Wow. Okay, I want to bring you to misconceptions about mental health.
Yeah.
What are some of these common misconceptions about mental health?
Just like we just spoke about being taught to speak up. One of the misconceptions about mental health issues is that some people see it as a sign of weakness. Some people see it as a sign of failure, something to be ashamed of. That's why when you see a man, saying I'm depressed, you hear some people say, "Are you not a man? What are you depressed about? Just it." So because people have seen to be a weakness, something you should be ashamed about, something you shouldn't say outside. that now creates or births stigma.
That's my next question, because they will tell you what you've just gone through is a state of madness, and people don't want to associate.
Some people even see mental health as though you're mad. So don't even say it. You hear, don't say it outside. Don't say it outside. Don't say it outside.
Nobody hear that.
Don't let anybody in my family. No, God forbid. So that's literally the major misconception about mental health, and that's what makes people not be confident to talk about it, and that's where the stigma is. That's where the stigma is, because people cannot talk about it. People are ashamed of it, and you see most people commit suicide because they are ashamed to talk about that thing that so caused them to commit suicide.
Wow. Okay, having talked about all of this, now let's go to the roles that can families, schools, workplace, anyone play in raising this awareness, like we are here talking about it today.
Yes, like we're doing right now. That's for people or for someone to speak to you, right? Even in schools, the kids who are currently going through bullying, low self-esteem, but they can't talk about it. They can't speak about it. There's no teacher that is so welcoming that they can go to.